by Pro Wrestling Clips. Flutes are civil. Conan broke the internet with his Vikingo contract news, though. Everyone's saying he's going to WWE.
Well, they can say whatever they want. That's not happening right now, that's for sure.
Seth Rollins, I'm coming for you, boy. And I'm coming hard.
Thank you.
I don't care. You come in my face, I'm going to fight you.
Brutus the Buck, take a look at this. Brutus, this is incredible. What a package.
Well, you're not going to bust a nut anytime we're in the ring.
After I beat you and satisfy all the Hulkamaniacs, I'm going to get off by cranking your knob just a little beyond the breaking point.
Apologize ahead of time because I'm going to stretch his ass like it's never been stretched before.
And now the Warrior's down on his knees. But this one, a long way from being over, guys. Absolutely. This is just warm-up right here.
Chris Kelly, I tell you what. When I get my hands on you, I'm going to eat your ass like a pot of collard greens, baby.
Jerking Angel!
Shawn Michaels, you can hide behind that commissioner's stuff just so long until I jerk a knot in your ass.
And Sting, always coming from behind. And as far as Bischoff goes, I'm going to eat his ass.
And Mark Henry is handling the Big Johnson.
I started out fighting in this barn when I was a little boy, and I don't care if my last fight is in this barn. Jimmy Garvin, you touched me in a personal way you never touched me before.
Oh!
That's interesting.
Succeeded. He was successful in just using his mouth to get the man off.
Well, I'm going to take care of business the way it should be done. Perhaps I've been too nice. Perhaps I've been trying to be a real sports, a real gentleman. Now, Tully Blanchard, I want you. It's not Uncle Sam talking to you. It's Ronnie Garvin. I want you, and I'm going to get you. I'm going to have you. I'm going to get to touch your body. I'm not just making promises. I'm telling something that is going to be done, something that is going to happen in the future. Because bones do heal. But I've got a memory like an elephant. And I can do it like an elephant.
And The Rock just jerked Helmsley off.
I am sick and tired of playing around with kids. I'm here to get it on with the big boy. When I was tasting you, brother, I found you to be not so bad at all.
Rey Mysterio not sucking off anybody.
And Tully Blanchard, you can't run and hide from me anymore. And when we come to Philadelphia this time, there's going to be no mistaking what's going to happen. I'm going to come on you like nobody's ever come on you before. No baby doll at your side. Nobody to run distraction for you. Just you and I getting it on like two men should do. This isn't some game. This is where men are men and the boys stay on the side and watch what's going on. This crowd expected a big explosion. You can bet they're going to get it.
And now to the man of the hour. Can someone get him a vodka with Metamucil? Blonde, great in-ring wrestler, great on the mic, a womanizer, 16-time champion, but enough about Kurt Hennig.
Ooh, what's happening, guys? Welcome to another PWT run-in. Yeah. I am Phil Marks, and this is another PWT run-in. Hopefully some of you guys file in. It's Monday morning on a Monday morning. And as you all can see here, I have the entire WWE roster lined up right here, NXT included. I believe this is everyone. It looks kind of small, but hey, there has been some releases as of late. There might be some names in there as well that either I can't remember because they're too early on in the NXT phase, or maybe, they're a TNA crossover person, or maybe it's someone who was just recently released, and yeah, we're going to get into this. So make sure you guys are running those likes up as you enter the video. Hopefully you guys have coffee or something. I got a nice coffee. Hopefully you guys are all doing good. What should I plug while we're just kind of filing in and it's just us chit-chatting here? You guys already know patreon.com/prowrestletimes. There's a drop coming today. I'm watching Tough Enough Season 1 with Alt Jake. I'm watching Botchamanias. And we're having a blast over there on Patreon. Hours of extra content that you can't find anywhere else. Consider becoming a member, support the channel. We're doing a draw for Survivor Series. Of course, the cutoff was November 2nd, but yeah, you can win a PlayStation, a video game, and or a shirt. And yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this Hired or Fired for AEW. A lot of people disagreed with me on some picks. Some people were like, oh, come on now, Phil, that's not very fair to keep Orange Cassidy. But it's like, I didn't say he's going to be the face of the company or anything. Some people were saying, like 60 people maximum and all of these sorts of things, right? But I'm thinking like AEW has so many divisions, like we can't just do a mass exit, or like we could do it that way, but I just didn't want to. I got the book, pal, right? And especially with WWE, it's like a lot of these guys have to stay because they are established, they are superstars, they know how to work. In this fantasy world, well, we'll break it all down more, I guess, in a second. So I can just say, yeah, make sure you subscribe to youtube.com/@prowrestletimes and youtube.com/@prowrestleclips. There's 2 channels, two times. And then I'm at prowrestletimes everywhere on social media. Anyways, though, back to what I was saying. Okay, I think I plugged everything. Some of these NXT cats might get cut. In this universe, it's like, we got to go with a lot of these people. But let's just say that NXT in this universe is going to be damn near taken off of television and put back into like a regional television. No intranets allowed, because it's so stacked, and really to develop any of these people, or many of these people rather, is kind of, I don't know. It's like, we got to chop some of these cats out. Most of them are probably going to be NXT folk. Do you guys get what I'm getting at here? So we're going to thin the herd a bit. Probably a lot of NXT folk. Let me check in with what chat's saying and catch something new. Good morning, Sickoverse. Yeah, just fire Pete Dunne and you're done. Oh, there you go. I mean, yeah, I could make it easy as that, I guess, huh? Easy as pie. But yeah, we're going to talk about who we should hire, who we should fire. And then eventually we'll do a follow-up video where it's like, we'll draft them. Here's who would be on my Raw. Here's who would be on my SmackDown. And then maybe NXT is just not even a thing, and we kind of overbloat both rosters. Or maybe we just consider SmackDown and NXT the same thing, similar to what's going to happen when the Raw Netflix thing goes down in January here. But yeah, chat, how you guys doing? You guys are doing good. Everyone take a deep breath, do what you need to do. And, yeah, we're going to get into this. We are going to start hiring and firing folk. I'm trying to think if there's anything interesting. I'm just scrolling X quickly before we do this here. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, what would be interesting to talk about? Maybe I'm reading here that from the AEW mole that I guess they're trying to get a Fortnite deal featuring Swerve, among others. So hopefully that works for them. Chat can let me know. I don't play Fortnite, so that's one game I've never even like cracked on to see what it was all about. So let me just see here. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to see if there's anything I want to bring to you guys before we get into this. Okay, no, just sicko behavior. Okay, so yeah, we'll save that for the live show. Sorry, guys. Compelling radio, I know. I'm bookmarking things. Phil Marks, bookmarks. But yeah, we're here to hire and fire, folks. There's 40 of you in here. Run the likes up. Without further ado, here, let me chug some coffee. This one's for the sickos. This is great. Okay, let's get into the damn thing. So, oh, come on now, Phil. Why don't you chug coffee before? So, okay. I'm Phil Marks, and this is WWE/NXT hired or fired. In this universe, there's not necessarily even going to be an NXT. It's maybe merged with SmackDown. I don't know. We'll get to that in another video. However, for now, we are going to hire and fire the WWE roster. I hope you're with me. Let's dive into the thing. So, first and foremost, and chat, if I mess up any names, you're going to help me here, okay? So we have Omos, right? WWE doesn't necessarily have a giant right now. To me, I know Omos, well, to a lot of people, Omos has been a bust. To me, I don't think he has been. He's still got potential. Like, they still could do something with him. Maybe some of that aura's gone, as the kids call it, aura, because of his losses. I don't know about that. I think you can present a giant anyway. I'm giving this one a lot of thought. But I'm going to go hired. I'm going to hire Omos just because he's an attraction. You know what I mean? So Ashanti the Adonis, he's doing some decent stuff in NXT. With him like romancing on these ladies, you know, and there's some like love and hip hop type drama going on. Love in NXT, as Alfred Konuwa would put it. That being said, though, you could almost put anyone in that role. Not anyone, but there's a handful of guys, man. You could put one of those Umberto in that role. You could put Javon in that role. I feel like you could put Montez Ford in that role. You could put Little Mac Noam Dar in that role. There's a lot of people I feel you could put in that role. And so, although I am a fan of Ashanti the Adonis, I just look at him and go, and I'm not going to go, oh, there's going to be a cruiserweight division like I do with AEW, because WWE does a good job of establishing what their divisions are, and the psychology behind the matches implies that they understand like size differential, etc. So I am going to fire Ashanti the Adonis, believe it or not. Angelo Dawkins, I am going to hire him, and I'm going to turn him heel eventually, and that'll be good shit. Apollo Crews. Now, some of these NXT cats, I'm going to be saying, hey, these are kind of jobbers for now. Jobbers to, not to call them jobbers, but you need people to take L's, right? Okay, that's what some of these like Chase U guys are for and stuff like that. Now, I am a fan of Apollo Crews as well, you know. However, I'm going to fire Apollo Crews because I'm not sure if he gets paid a shitload. He's been on the roster how long? You got to think he's getting more than the average bear, that they're probably getting more mileage out of, or not even. I don't know. I just think his time with WWE is sort of come and gone. Like, if Apollo Crews went to AEW tomorrow, if anyone complained about that, I'd have to verbally bitch slap them, because it's like that would only make sense for him. You know what I mean? Because no one's going to be like, oh, Cruz is a game changer. No one's going to pull that shit. Maybe AR Gold or some fucking weirdo. But anyways, Austin Theory, that's a hire automatically. He is the future. Alex Shelley, we're going to hire him as well. Pretty much the same reason that WWE did. You know what I mean? He's going to be a veteran. or he is a veteran rather, and he's going to be a coach rather in NXT, and he's going to be a veteran that the youngsters can look up to and pick his brain, and also he's here to revolutionize the tag division or whatever. So we are hiring Alex Shelley. AJ Styles. Now, if you guys didn't catch the last live show Saturday night, Husey came on. It's Husey, hello, and he dropped some hot news on us. You know what I mean? Allegedly, right? He dropped some alleged news on us that he heard from someone allegedly, right? Possibly, maybe not. And so AJ's like a Vince guy, kind of, according to him, to where, you know, he really won Vince over in his time. Because, okay, apparently, like, when AJ came in, Vince was telling Roman, squash this little guy. Or that's what the dirt sheet said anyways, right? But according to Husey, allegedly, AJ Styles is on, like, a bigger deal and is on the back end and was one of these limited date guys, and they really look at him like, okay, do we need him right now? Now, I don't know about that. I'm sure Triple H did some convincing to Vince to get AJ Styles in, right? Like, he's big on Samoa Joe, and I mean, what he's doing now with TNA, you gotta think Triple H is down. AJ Styles is one of my favorite of all time, so I'm obviously gonna hire AJ. Axiom, a guy who I would normally go, you're fired. Actually, fuck, man. Oh, this is a tough one, chat. This is a tough one. He has won me over. I won't lie. But I'm looking at some of these masked guys, and you guys know how I am about masks. I'm like, we only need like 3 masks. Now I'm looking, there's about 3 masks. We're going to hire Axiom, believe it or not. He can do jobs. You know, he can make people look good. Not to say he's just a jobber, but come on, you know. This dude right here, Akam and Razor, whatever you want to call him. I'm just not overly big on these dudes. I'm not going to lie. Whoo, this might seem harsh. This one seems a little harsher because these are Federation superstars, bro. These are superstars of the Fed. So it's tough, man, for me. I'm trying to see, do we have any big burly tag teams beside? Yeah, we do. Hey, I'm firing. Oh shit, yeah, I did it too, pal. Don't worry about it, Phil. Oh my goodness. So the Speed Champ Andrade I'm keeping, obviously. I'm a big fan. He's great. Sheamus, you have to keep. I mean, mid to upper card, he's just banger after banger. Angel Garza, I'm going to keep. A job tag team, a tag team that could win the titles, can play babyface, heel. You guys know I love Los Garza. Baron Corbin, you know, he's off the roster. Technically, we're going to fire him, and I do like Baron Corbin a lot, but I feel nothing when they fight. Like, not to be a hater, you know, but he had a great run, you know, but I get it. Big E, you have to hire, because not only is he working with NXT talent right now, coaching the future, commentary, maybe he can get back in ring, who knows, but that's the guy you want on the roster. Another guy you want on the roster, now I'm torn. Omos, do I fire Omos and take Braun Strowman? Or do I fire Braun Strowman and keep Omos? Or do I keep them both? That's where I'm a little bit torn now looking at this. Right? Because Braun, I mean, chat. I'm going to look to chat, but I'm not going to buy Omos. No, fire him too. Keep Omos. Yeah, I feel like keep Omos and then fire Braun. Not to even be a Braun hater either. You know, I've seen him do crazy shit with Roman Reigns at house shows where it's like, you guys don't even need to be doing this, with like tables and steel stairs and shit. You're like, bro, you guys don't even need to be doing this shit. This ain't even on TV. I do like him, but yeah, man, that's probably a hefty contract he's on. I'm going to fire Braun Strowman and keep Omos. That's crazy. I know some of y'all are probably like, what the fuck? But it is what it is, man. Brock Lesnar, we're going to hire. Brock. I mean, shit aside, pun didn't, you what?
You what?
Oh, man. But Brock, yeah, you got to keep him. He's like a big attraction. Braun Breaker, of course, you have to keep Braun. Out the mud. This Out the Mud tag team. They're really green. Like really, really green. And I don't even know. They might have only been at it a couple years. That being said, Jada Parker, 100% we're going to keep. As far as these gentlemen, I don't know, I just don't see it yet when I watch NXT and they're on, but they could be like a year in. I'm honestly not even familiar enough, so we're just going to fire them in Phil's WWP. Bronson Reed, I mean, come on. Must watch fucking TV. And then we don't have this whole, and then Braun Breaker, we're changing his name to Rex Steiner. No, but you guys know what I mean? This Bronson, we get rid of some of that. You know what I mean as well by releasing Braun. So which Braun? I don't know. So this gentleman here, Brooks Jensen, I believe, or his partner, I mix the tag partner names up in NXT all the time. So if I mix some of the tags in NXT, I'm like, oh yeah, I forget which one's which sometimes. But this guy's got a good look. You develop him, and they have him with Sean Spears, I believe, down there. And I believe, I don't want to talk out of my ass. Isn't this like also Bull Buchanan's son? Not that that's like, oh, Bull Buchanan, he was like the job tag partner for everyone. But you got to keep him, develop him. He can do jobs, etc. The Creed Bros, okay. They're kind of green as shit still. I'm not going to lie. However, this whole American made thing, even though they're just losing and they don't, I mean, I don't want to say they're mishandled because people said that about Gable, and then all of a sudden Gable like almost won the IC title and was taking Sami Zayn to the limit, having bangers. People are even like, Gable could be a world heavyweight title competitor one day. So I don't want to just count them out, but I'm definitely going to keep the Creeds. I'm going to keep this American made because I think there's something there, obviously. Chris Sabin, obviously, with Alex Shelley. They could be solos. They could be a tag team. Keep them together. CM Punk, no shit, That's great. Some guys are like,
Best guys, Tony Khan.
Cody Rhodes, of course. I mean, Jesus Christ, we're talking draws here. Carmelo Hayes. Now, we're going to keep Hayes. We're going to keep Carmelo Hayes. We're going to keep Carmelo Hayes. He's a good little schmarmy prick heel on SmackDown. Yeah. And I definitely see him as a guy who can put other guys over. Cedric Alexander. Now, he's been just kind of floating, and then they stuck Javon with him. Obviously, Cedric can teach him a lot. He's a longtime vet, but he just go be with Hurt Business in AEW, They had him with Ashanti as well. And Ashanti they were doing like this tag team thing, and then they split it up right away so that Ashanti could like hit on girls, and then Cedric's just with Javon now, Evans, and it's like, just get your release and go to Hurt Syndicate. You know what I mean? You deserve, go get Tony's money, bro. You earned it. Cruiserweight champion, Cruiserweight classic, fucking OG. And yeah, so Chad Gable, that's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. It ain't that hard to choose. So these the family guys like Channing Lorenzo and this shit, we're keeping them, right? So let's say there's no NXT, okay, they're building up. We're building these guys up to be, they're either just goofballs who get beat like the FBI. They're just like the FBI. You know what I mean? Which, mind you, was a faction in every major company in America in some form or iteration for a long time. So here's where we get funky, Daddy. This gentleman here, they changed their names. So this is Cruz del Toro, I want to say, right, from the LWO, and then the other guy's Joaquin Wild, I believe. So this dude here, Cruz del Toro or Raul Mendoza, I'm so sorry. They changed their fucking names. It's like Ludwig Kaiser. He was called something else for a long time, and then now he's what he's called. So that's the same with like Raul or Cruz. I can't remember what they changed their names from, but I'm going to actually release this dude. Now, it's not like anything personal, but I don't know, man. The LWO only gets over because it's like, look, LWO, but it's not like he's doing anything crazy that some of these other luchadors, like, okay, do we need the LWO? Fucking Berto and Carrillo can be in there. Their grandpa was literally in it, So I'm actually going to get rid of him. Nothing personal. Regal's kid, we got to keep him, right? Again, I wish they just call him something Regal, Charlie Regal or whatever. Let's go here. The Chase U dudes, Andre Chase, it's just not for me anymore. I just don't see it being this big thing. I'm so sorry. Andre Chase has got to go. I know some people might be like, what? And maybe not all of them will go. But Andre Chase, I don't know, man. I just don't see it ever going beyond. They tried to make the Chase U thing like, oh, he's losing the school and all that, and it just doesn't work. They tried to make Thea Hale like, oh, I'm wearing sexy, or I'm wearing leather and I'm sexy. Sorry, guys, morning cast. I'm wearing sexy. I'm wearing leather and I'm all sexy now, and it just didn't work. People wanted Thea to go back, so yeah, Andre Chase is gone. Carlito, I would normally just be like, he's released, just because, come on, man, he's had his time. However, goddamn, he's been doing funny, great stuff. Fuck, you got to keep him. John Cena, that's a absolute no-brainer. Absolute no-brainer. We're getting into nitty-gritty. I've fired more people than I thought I would, honestly. Speaking of which, I got to be real with you guys here. DIY, to me, you guys can go to AEW. So Tommaso Ciampa, I'm going to fire Tommaso. I don't know how much money he's on. I don't know. They just don't get over on the main roster. Like, they had that peak shit in it. That's why I tell y'all, man, NXT shouldn't even be on TV. Whatever the quote-unquote developmental is needs to be the fuck off TV. So that when Javon fucks up that frog splash when he tries to go the whole way across the ring, he doesn't fuck it up. Or not to say like, oh, that ECW show wasn't on. You guys know I love NXT. It's my fucking favorite show. But they need to get it off. Whatever quote-unquote developmental is needs to go back to like OVW, a regional television, not on YouTube, just a regional thing. And then that's truly developmental because some of these people do their best shit in NXT. So, yeah, Tommaso, like, he's not the shits or anything. It's just the crowd, I don't think, cares, man. They don't want to boo him. They don't want to cheer him. It's just like, whatever. So, DIY can go to AEW, get all that Tony Khan money. This dude from the Chase U. I'm not trying to hate on him, but again, I just don't see anything beyond this. Now, maybe they can give him a chance. I don't know, but to me, it's not clicking. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I'm being super critical, dude, of this WWE roster. And see, these marks, these fucking sickos want to try and tell, oh, you drone, typical WWE Federation. We're the Federales, bro. The Federales. We're owning it, okay? We're owning it. The Federation, all right? Drew McIntyre, we are keeping Drew McIntyre, obviously, dude. Dragon Lee, without a doubt, we're keeping Dragon Lee. Damian Priest, without a doubt, we're keeping Big Body Priest, you know. And I don't know if I'd push him as hard as WWE was there with that world title run just quite yet, you know. I maybe would have saved it, but hey, that's me. I don't know. This gentleman here, not overly familiar, looks great though. Do I fire or do I go, here's a jobber? You know, we're kind of bloated. God, but then we're talking about people to develop too. And I'm looking at my main and it's like, okay, getting up there in age, I guess. I'm gonna fire this gentleman here. And I'm so sorry. I'm just some of the younger, newer guys. I don't even know some of their names when I was looking at the roster. Just a handful of them. For the most part, I know everyone. And I watch NXT too. So I don't know if these dudes are on Level Up or what I'm missing, but yeah. Ethan Page, obviously a hire. If we were doing AEW hired or fired, I probably would have let him go too in AEW. However, or maybe I would have kept him as a jobber, but we were getting bloated there, you know. But in WWE, man, he showed what he can do. So you got to keep him. The Viking or War Raiders, whatever. This is like our monster heel tag team, you know. So I know they're not as big as Akam and Razor, but these are big bad dudes, you know. So we're keeping them. Finn, of course, he's just over. You know, it's Finn. He's too legit. Vinci. Fuck, man, this is tough because he could be like a mid jobber guy, like mid lower jobber guy. I do love him and Kaiser together. Like, I don't like that Imperium's all broken up and everything, but they need Gunther to go babyface eventually, like sooner than later here, it feels like. So, I don't know, man. Vinci's tough, dude. God damn. Yeah, I'm going to give Vinci a shot, and I'm going to keep him. And if he's a solo, he can do jobs and shit. You know, it's not like we're pushing Vinci to the moon, or we just team him up with Kaiser and have them in the tag division, right? So I'm going with that. I'm going to keep Vinci. I'm going to give him a shot. Grayson Waller, just obviously, you know, again, he can just do what he's doing in WWE now. I know people want more from him, but I just look at it like, I don't know. I think they're perfectly playing him. I think he's perfectly where he needs to be. He's just a dude who talks shit and loses, and sometimes he sneaks a win. And, you know, at any point, him in theory could blow up on each other, but them together just work, and they're so young. You know, they could lose the next 5 years. And then, not saying that would be wise to do. I'm just saying, like, WWE could get them over in their however old they're. Actually, I don't even know how old Waller is, but Theory's young as shit. So, Gunther, obviously, dude. Obviously. One of my favorite wrestlers. Probably the position he's in now, about a world heavyweight champ, can threaten the WWE. That sort of thing. Bloodline, Jey Uso. Of course, all of Bloodline shit is going to be in here. You guys know how I feel about that. Also, it's just the hottest stuff in pro wrestling. So you can't, you can't argue that. Now, Joaquin Wilde, you know, we fired his tag partner there, but this is a guy where he's older. I believe someone in chat can fact check me on that. I do believe he's like an older dude. It's DJZ from TNA. he could coach, he could do all these things, but when it boils down to it, like you look down here and you see all these personnel down here, coaches, way more than in AEW. AEW's got like 4 personnel, like 4 coaches. There's like Jerry Lynn and Pat Buck or whatever. They got all these people down here. There's other names floating around. I'm gonna be real with you, man. He's had a great run, and although I do look at him like, man, he could impart some knowledge on some of these dudes, and he could do jobs, etc. But you just got to go. You know, it's like we can't just hand out jobs just because. You know, although again, I'm a fan since TNA. Bloodline, of course, yeet. No yeet. It's all one yeet now. Once again, can I get a yeet? Gargano. I'm sorry, buddy. People call him Johnny Same Face. The crowd doesn't care. And he was I don't even know if I think I have said it on the show, like maybe in the early days, but early days, like not even 2 years old. But you know, Gargano was sort of, when he was feuding like in the main title picture there, that was sort of when I started like what's the word, veering away from NXT. You know what I mean? Like him and Cole, just he's the guy that comes to mind when they're like thigh slap. It's like him and Adam Cole and shit. Their matches are like exactly what come to mind. I don't know. I'm not the biggest DIY. That whole story they told in the, I believe they were both in the Cruiserweight Classic or whatever, and then they were in the tag. They lost the tag belts or the Dusty Classic, and then Tommaso turned. Okay, that was good shit. But they told a really good story, and then Ciampa was snapping and pulling the ring apart and all that. That was fun, but it just has not translated. Like even in NXT, I don't know if they should have even been called up to the main roster back when Vince was in charge. Like, I don't know if it would have worked, to be honest, then either. I just think it was good for that little story in there, and I just don't. I know, oh, they could have great tag matches. Yeah, you guys are going to see. We already got tag teams. We need like fucking 6 tag teams to really, and that's even like a bloated tag division but you got to think Raw, SmackDown. So, okay, these guys, I'm sorry, DIY is going to go make that Tony Khan money. Anyways, this is Duke Hudson or Brooks Jensen, I forget who's who. He's going to go. I just don't, he's the tag partner of the Buchanan boy, or I'm sorry if I'm botching that too, but this gentleman, and he's just going to go because he's like the Jannetty, if you will. But he can't wrestle or he's not bad. It's just like generic farmer creator wrestler, you know? Dragunov. Now, here's where we get interesting. People love Dragunov. People love Dragunov so much that a lot of them are even like, dude, he needs to go to AEW where he can really wrestle and shit. I don't think it would just be cheesy. The people they'd put him against, it wouldn't look good, and they wouldn't like his style. I'm telling you, that's why Roosh got heat. Because he just beat the fuck out of people, man. So Dragunov, no, he's not an AEW fit. It's actually better that he's in WWE, where the people in WWE are professional enough to know, okay, when you get in there with Gunther, when you get in there with Dragunov, it's like you're pretty much in a fight, you know, like you're pretty much, when you're in there with fucking Sheamus or Drew, you know, some of these guys, it's pretty much you're going to be eating some shit and giving receipts. I don't think people in AEW, oh no, I said the wrong dude. Oh my goodness. Here, we'll go back to that. We'll go back to that. That's a botch on my end, see? But anyways, Dragunov, I don't think people in AEW are professional enough for that. That being said, I'll give him a chance, but he's kind of stale on the main roster thus far. He's just like the friend who just kind of gets beat up, but is like kind of tough, you know? People say stick him in Imperium. I think that's dumb too. Let him be his own guy, but the whole orchestra, I play the music to the ring. I don't know. Fucking cut all that. I'll figure something out with him. I fucked up, right? So this guy here with the gray shirt, I don't even know who that is, so he's fired. And then I'll just skip ahead here, or I won't, but this guy in the red shirt is who I thought that guy in the gray shirt that I fired was. They're both going to be fired, just so you know. So here, I'll just fire him right now. So this is the guy I thought was this guy, you know? So they're just both fired because I don't know. Okay? Sorry. Botch. So here's the other Ivar, the other War Raider, and maybe they could just use their OG names again too. I don't know if they want to do that. They're probably more well known as Eric and Ivar, but yeah, those are Monster Heels heel tag team. Of course, we have GODs, etc. But Jacob Fatu's a no-brainer as well. He's still got the tag title in that picture. Yeah, Dragunov versus Rush does sound like a banger. This gentleman here, I'm entirely unfamiliar. So I am going to cut some of these rookies that are, because remember, we got WWE ID program. I didn't even include any of those guys. Because they're not technically under contract. You know, we got TNA people crossing over. We got fucking NIL program going on. So we got to make room. Super sorry, bud. So sorry. JD, we're going to keep because there's a reason, you know, he's Finn's guy, and there's a reason he's in the War Games match and he gets the big spot where he's thrown off the cage and Orton RKOs him. He just makes people look good, and he knows to do his job, right? Which is to do a job, but also because of that, you get rewarded because you're boys with Finn and you get a tag strap, and you know what I mean? We got to keep him. Javon, of course. I know I've been very critical of him as of late, but that's because I fucking know he's so much better than he's showing people. But I think some of that shit's on WWE. Just chill on him. Let him do his thing. Don't stick him with Orton and Punk and everyone, RVD every week. You know, and Cena's giving it, or fucking give him. Just let him do him, and he'll, you know, Cedric's with him. The fuck? Just let him be bouncy. Let him do his thing. But we're going to keep him, develop that kid, obviously. Again, Creed brother, yes. You know. Berto, we're keeping 100%. And this is what I mean about, like, DIY going. It's like, dude. And same with these LWO cats. Like, yeah, you guys are good wrestlers, but I like Garza. I like Humberto more. And we got the Usos, you know, we got tag teams, man. So believe it or not, though, these dudes, the Coffee Brothers, are 100% staying hired. Now, I mean, damn, these guys, I mean, they could do jobs, they could wrestle, they could work their way up to tag title contention. They're working with The Rock behind the scenes, keeping him sharp. They can impart knowledge. Again, they know their role. If you guys are familiar with them in NXT and NXT UK, they know what's up. They're a team that can get beat, but seem real and gritty to where they validate their opponents, even though they take the L or whatever. So I like these guys. We're going to keep the Kofis. We're going to even keep Wolfgang, I think, too, because he's just a dude. He looks nasty, looks like he's been in jail, and he'll just fucking lose to people. Or what, you know, he'll help get the next gen ready, and that's what he's there for. Enhancement talent, if you will. LA Knight. Oh, my God, you guys. LA Knight, we're going to fire him. Yeah. Fucking hired, dude. Hired and wired. And getting the push. You know what I mean? He's getting that world heavy off Gunther or something like that. A big bad heel Gunther. I'm not turning Gunther babyface either, and Phil's fed. Lexus King, we got to keep him. We're developing him. He's getting so good, too. If you watch his last NXT stuff. Logan Paul, now it's like, I mean, yeah, I mean, shit aside. Again, like IRL shit aside, just wrestling, you got to keep him. Huge name. Gets heat. People want to see him get beat. You got to keep him. You know? This gentleman here, again, not overly familiar. We got to fire you, bud. We got a big roster. We got to fire you. This guy, this lawyer dude, I wasn't feeling him at all. And then they stuck him with the family. And I'm like, okay, here we go. He's like the the mafia attorney. You know, I love that shit. So Ludwig, obviously, we're keeping him. He's amazing. The Good Brothers. I'm huge fans of the Good Brothers. I'm a big mark for, okay, we got Finn, we got AJ, we got Cody, we got the GODs, we got the Good Brothers. I'm hiring the Good Brothers. I'm big fans of them. They also, again, they know their role, dude. You pay them, they're fair, they show up to NXT, they put these young guys over. And I'm telling you, Anderson is in like the best shape. Some people might be like, dude, what the fuck? He's in the best shape of his life right now, and I'm not joking. And he just shows up and gets these NXT teams over. I would main roster them again, and I would figure out after the bloodline shit's done, how do we get into some nostalgia berries kind of like Bullet Club, ex-Bullet Club kind of faction warfare stuff, because that faction warfare stuff does work. But let's say when the bloodline stuff is said and done, maybe that's not for 2 years, 3 years, who fucking knows? But let's say it's the next year or something, you know? Fantasy Mark booking here, of course. Yeah, to me, the Good Brothers and AJ, you could have like them turn on AJ and a line, I don't know, heel Cody down the line, maybe need some fucking gooners. So, yeah, we're going to X-Files music. But I'm also going to put Carl, because he's right here. We're going to hire him as well. Karrion Kross. I'm a big fan of his, dude. The problem is that he has yet to... No, you know, I'm going to keep him. I'm going to keep him because I think him by himself, there's more to that than him with like AOP and shit. But like I'm interested to see where they go with the Miz thing, and I like they got Ellering out of there. And Cross he can do great promo. I'm sure he could like teach promo class one day too. So we're going to keep him in there. And again, he can lose. He's like a real credible guy who can lose if we need him to. And it'll only help elevate everyone. KO, of course, he's a name. You know, Kofi, of course, a former champion. He's a name. The New Day. That's hotcakes. We do something with Biggie. You know, we continue what they're doing. Get the Xavier turn. Tell a story. Eddie Thorpe, another guy who 100%, man. You just watch his strap match with Dijak in that shit, and he gets it. And he's a guy who, I don't know his age. I think they're still developing him. I don't know. I could see him on the main roster as a mid-lower guy. They're keeping him on NXT for now, hopefully building him up. They turned him into like this DJ guy where he like plays like trippy music and stuff. I think he's dating Dakota Kai. But yeah, you got to keep him. I see it in him. He's a dude where, again, I know I keep calling people jobbers, but I'm not saying, oh, everyone's a jobber. What I'm saying is people who understand, like, okay, I got to make this guy look good, and I might got to lose some matches, but then I'll get mine. It's like when Trinity came back from TNA. She lost how many matches, and then she got hers. And now she's getting hers right now, and it is like title contention. At one point, like a couple weeks ago, I covered it on the show. She was the betting favorite right now to win the Rumble or whatever. I think that's since changed, but yeah. So we see it. Nia Jax as well. She lost, and then now she's on like this awesome run with this Tiffy storyline, and Nia's really stepped up. So, that's when I say like, oh, these guys can lose. You know, the WWE system, or however Triple H is doing things now. He knows, he's figured out like, okay, we can job these guys a certain number of times. Like they almost fucked it up with LA Knight, you know, but that was really like an experiment of holy shit. Some of these people are just over because they're over, you know. Anyways, I love Eddie Thorpe. This gentleman here, I'm not overly familiar again. I'm so sorry. You got to go. Nathan Frazier, we will keep Nathan Frazier. I don't know if we're going to keep him with Axiom, but he's going to be a guy, a player. This gentleman here, again, dude, we're thinning the herd a bit. I'm so sorry. Here's the other coffee brother, Mark Coffee, Joe Coffee. I believe that's Mark. We are keeping him in our tag division. Noam Dar, I would have fired him if this was like 2019 or 20 or whatever. But goddamn, the stuff he's done with Metaphor, so good, man. And yeah, the dude knows how to get over again. Yeah, just a good hand. I don't want to be like he can lose. I just say that about everyone. But Montez Ford, of course, we're keeping, and he can tag with his Angelo for a bit, but then Angelo's going to turn heel on Montez. Dominic, of course, he's just over like Rover. Pretty Deadlies, without question. So, like, they're already doing what I'm saying. They're losing a shitload all the time, but they're Shawn Michaels trained, and they get it. And they get color. One of them gets color like every match. I'm not joking. These guys aren't half-assing it. They go out there. They make their opponents look good. They do cool, innovative tag moves that aren't like overbearing. Private Party in AEW kind of does some moves where it's, the Young Bucks do a couple where it's a little convoluted. And you're just like, all right. Pretty Deadly does innovative shit that I don't see many other people doing. And it pops the crowd, and they're really good. And one day they're going to be the tag champs. Like, they are going to be a hot reigning heel team. I like them with Tiffy as well. I'd bring Tyler Breeze back and let him manage them. The GOAT Dominic. Yeah, I just hired him, bud. Looking at chat there. So yeah, Pretty Deadlies are in. Like collagen. Oro Mensa. So another guy who I would have fired like a year ago, but just he's been him with Metaphor. He's been elevated. He's doing good stick work. He's gonna stick around. I don't know if he's with Noam Dar or what, but yeah, we're hiring him. Otis, of course, he can get over. Pete Dunne. It's funny someone said this in chat earlier, but yeah, I'm actually going to release Butch, and he can go to AEW, get Tony's bag. And I'll tell you why. Pete Dunne was more over as Butch. So I know everyone was crying or pardon me, I said that backwards. Butch was more over than Pete Dunne. I botched. I'll give myself a dummy.
Dummy, yeah.
Butch was more over than Pete Dunne. So Pete Dunne was great in NXT. They bring him up. They turn him into Butch. Butch and the Brawling Brutes get over as fuck. And then they turn him back to Pete Dunne. The crowd pops for one night, and then no one gives a shit. No one cares. So, and I'm not even hating on him. He's a great wrestler, but I'm going to fire you, bud. You go get Tony's money. You deserve it. You know what I mean? He can go wrestle Daniel Garcia and shit. Obafemi, that's our world champion in like 3 years, maybe less. Just make him go on the Hall of Pain run like Mark Henry. Of course, Pretty Deadlies, Kit Wilson, Elton Prince, they're both in. R-Truth, now I know he's older, and a lot of people would be probably quick to release him. He's a comedy guy. Yeah, but he's a national treasure. You got to keep R-Truth on your roster. Randy Orton, of course, he's a goddamn household name. Rey Mysterio, of course, he's a goddamn household name. I'm going to fire this other AOP dude. I am. Ridge Holland. He is doing some good stuff in NXT. I get it why they're putting him where they're putting him. A lot of people are triggered. Oh, Ridge Holland is. It's like, yeah, dude, Trick's gonna beat him. He's legit. This guy was in there in the main roster for a long time. Like, don't you understand that? But I'm actually going to, let me think this out. I'm going to release Ridge Holland, Ridge the Fridge. God damn it. You broke Biggie's neck. This kid here, no idea. I have no idea skill or anything. I'm so sorry. I got to release you, bud. Robert Stone we're keeping. He's just like a goofy manager, and I love managers, valets. We need more of that. So, yes. This gentleman here, is this Dante Chen, I believe is his name, or am I off on that? I'm so sorry if I'm off on that. We are actually going to keep this kid, though. If this is the right kid I'm thinking of. We're developing him. And again, has got it. Haven't seen terribly much, but if I believe that's who I'm thinking of. Yeah, we're keeping him. Roman Reigns, we're firing. No, just kidding. We're keeping him. We're giving him shares of the company if it means he'll stay. Robert Roode. Do we need him backstage? Apparently, he's been doing like the bloodline stuff, and he's one day when like Michael Hayes can't do the shit anymore, it's Robert Roode. So yeah, we're gonna just keep him. And I don't know if he could ever get in the ring again, but yeah, let's say there's one more run, I'd fucking see it. You know, Shinsuke is one of my all-time favorites. Yeah, you got to keep him. Now I know we're getting bloated, but at the same time, there's Raw and SmackDown. Y'all got to remember that, okay? So, and we're going international with this shit, right? The Federation's gone global. Okay? So, let's see. Sami Zayn. Yeah, I mean, people just love him. I didn't get it for a long time until early, guys, for me. No, it's not. It's like 11 over here, dude. I'm just I slept in. I'm like, ugh. But yeah, Sami Zayn just gets over. And if this was Conspiracy Sammy really won me over, you know? It took a long time for me to give a fuck about him, even though he's Canadian. Santos Escobar. We're keeping him. He's like a lower, mid upper guy. Again, you want to do the LWO? All right, mine's looking a little different, you know? It's going to be him with the Garzas, and if you want Dragon Lee in there, sweet, but or Ray, sweet, but I think they're going to be a heel team and just basically what they're doing, but LWO. That's, you know, you want to bring Ray Phoenix and Penta in later? Okay. They can be involved in that. Maybe they break off with or whatever, you know, but we don't need like Legado and LWO. And then, you know, we had Joaquin and Cruz who were fucking heels and the other two were faces. Then they kind of switch on all that. It's just like, fuck it, you know, we're narrowing it down. But I'm going to keep Santos because he is a tremendous professional wrestler. Seth Rollins, obviously, people think he's a goof. You know, I don't at all. I know some people get triggered how he dresses and all that shit. I don't know. People talk about it online. I've told this story on the pod. I saw Rollins at like a house show, and he goes to shake everyone's hands, and I'm standing there. I have my hand out, and he looks at me with just utter disgust. And he wasn't even healing. He was the babyface, but he looked, and he still shook my hand, but he looked at me like, fuck you, you know? But shout out Seth, I'm still a fan. And yeah, he's over. Shane, we're just gonna he's still on the roster page, I guess, in WWE. We're gonna just, I mean, he's gone, and like, it's no hate on Shane, but they're rolling well without his input over there. So, and I'm not gonna lie, I've never been a fan of Shane wrestling. Like when he did the match with Kurt Angle, King of the Ring, okay, that was awesome because it was just him doing crazy shit and then Kurt just beating him down and demolishing him, throwing him through shit, and he had to use weapons to even have an edge. When he's like in the cage with Undertaker and he's like throwing combos on Taker and hitting wrestling moves, or he's like wrestling Daniel Bryan and shit, I don't want to see that. I never have. When he's in the invasion angle tag matches and shit, I don't want to see that. Never did. He's wrestling Test and like, or whoever in like a serious match. I've never been a fan of that personally, even when I was a kid. So Shane, he can just go, but fuck, if he wants to come back and be a brand ambassador, sure, pal. I mean, it's your fucking legacy here is the federation, but yeah, you can go take pictures with the Bucks or whatever. Sean Spears, I know he's Cody's guy. I know they brought him back to NXT. And then he got hurt, and so he's kind of doing this like leader of a cult thing. But again, it's just he's the 10 gimmick. And then after that, I don't know. Go to TNA. You know, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Go do your chairman thing. That chairman gimmick's awesome if you're allowed to crack everyone in the head with a fucking chair. You know, then that gimmick's awesome. But unless you're allowed to go head chair shots to everyone, maybe they can gimmick the chair. Maybe we'll ask Jimmy Corderas and see if they can fucking gimmick it, shave it down for the sickos. Right? But I'm going to release Sean Spears, and I am a fan. Maybe, could he lose to upper mid? Yeah, I guess. But I've already said a few of those. So Solo, you must keep. Cannot get rid of him. Who are we working with here? This is what I mean. I don't know everyone. I gotta release you, bruv. It's nothing even personal. It's just like I can't keep everyone, and I don't know if I don't know a name or a face off rip. It's like you gotta just kind of go. Wes Lee is absolutely staying. I mean, come on. I know he's like a smaller dude. We're making a cruiserweight division, though. No. But for real, bring back the WWE light heavyweight title. That could be cool, but I know there's too many belts. But Wolfgang, we're keeping him. Actually, well, he does go with the Kofi, with the Coffee brothers. That's the thing. Like, they are a trio. They're working the Rock out. They're working the Rock out, bruv. You fucking gotta stay. Do I even have the Rock on here? I fucking might have botched and not even put the Rock on here. So, but that's WWE.com's bad. There's a few pictures that I added myself that I didn't see. So obviously the Rock is hired, right? So we'll just imagine he's there. Akira Tozawa. Fuck, man, you know, he's good. He can do jobs and all that shit. He does his little comedy shtick well. All the sickos are like, you know, he's actually a great wrestler, and he is. And I think he loves being in WWE, but, you know, they don't, like, need him, especially now that Alpha Academy's done. I think Maxine and Otis could just do their thing or whatever. I do like Akira a lot, but you're going to go, buddy. Trick Williams, of course, is going to stay hired. I mean, just that entrance alone. The GODs, of course, this is just more bloodline action, fantasy mark booking, GODs, Bullet Club action. Xavier Woods, of course. This dude right here, I think he does like those backstage vignettes where they're Hank and Tank or whatever. Am I wrong about that? I might have fired Hank or something. I don't know. This guy's got a good look. We're going to keep this dude, and he's funny. If that's the guy I think he is, I might be mistaking this guy for another guy. But if that's the dude I think it is, Hank and Tank, whatever the fuck, we're keeping him. And I don't know if his tag partner's in there, but I'll keep him too. I might have eliminated him. Oh, well. But yeah, and they're funny. They're backstage. They're doing funny shit. This gentleman here, he went and did, we're developing this kid. He went and did the N1, like in Pro Wrestle Noah or whatever. He's an Olympian, I believe. And, we're building the relations, right? So WWE's doing stuff with like Marigold, All Japan, Noah, right? We want this dude a part of that. The Miz, we're going to keep the Miz. And the reason being is because I talked about this with Husey, and Husey was even thrown out there. He's like, dude, how long do you think the Miz sticks around? You know, like, do they need the Miz? No. He's awesome though. And he's a position player, and he'll be the WWE champ. He'll be a jobber. He'll do a reality show. He'll be babyface. He'll be heel. He'll do everything. I see him transitioning to maybe commentary or even being a manager, managing a stable one day. So I'm going to keep Miz hired. Yeah. This gentleman here, again, I'm so sorry. Thin in the herd. D'Angelo, we got to keep. Titus O'Neil, he's a great brand ambassador. When he was on commentary there, he was getting lit. And it's just like, do we keep him? Yeah, we do keep him, but like for this role in a suit, right? We're not putting him back in the ring. Maybe, again, a manager, but he's like bigger than everyone. So maybe just a commentary guy, brand ambassador, that sort of thing. You know, make a wish. Remember, you might be like, oh, this roster's bloated, but we're global. We're a global goddamn company. Yeah, we got 2 shows to fill out, 3-hour-long programs, right? Tyler Bate. I'm torn here. We're going to keep Bate. Although I have been a little critical of him too. Like, you know, it's not either they see it in you or they don't, and the gimmick hasn't changed, but he's so impressive physically, even though he's such a little dude. We're going to keep him. We got a few guys flipping around. Maybe he can team up with one of these other dudes, him and Noam Dar or some shit. But yeah, we'll keep him as a position player. Okay, now we're into the ladies. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So for the ladies, I'm looking through them quickly. I'm scanning them before I go through them. Okay, so Bailey. Again, this is a girl who I just don't personally get invested in ever. Like, Damage Control started to win me over, then they kicked her ass out of there, and then it's like I don't care what she's doing. I care about Bailey. So, or I care about Damage Control, but I don't care about Bailey. So I'm not going to fire her because she goddamn gets over. Like, they go around the world and people are singing her shit. Just like I'd have to go to someone else and go, do you know how to book her? Because I just fucking, and I love Bailey. I'm nothing against her. One of the best. I keep saying it too to everyone. I love them and they're jobbers. No, but she's like an excellent in-ring worker. Her fucking promos cringe me out. I'll be honest. And yeah, I don't know. I just will keep her, but it's not. I don't know if she's like at the tippy top. To me, she's like my Ziggler, I guess. Although she's already had a Hall of Fame career, so it wouldn't even matter at that point. Alba Fire, we're absolutely keeping in our tag division, provided there's still women's tag belts. Alexa Bliss, now, in the hot news, apparently she responded to some fan and was like, it's not up to me when I return. So she's like itching to return or making it seem that way. I don't know. I gotta be honest. Like, are we missing Alexa Bliss? I mean, yeah. I hate to see her go, but I love watching her leave. I understand, chat, right? Thirstcast. Are we missing her? You know, I believe some shit came out that like she was a ratings grabber for them. I'm gonna keep her, but again, I'm sort of going, damn, you're close to. We're gonna reneging that contract and everything. Miss NXT, Santino's daughter. We got to keep her. She just is good. I don't even know. Again, a manager, a valet, doesn't even need to be an in-ring competitor is what I'm looking at. Asuka, one of the best in the world. You have to keep Asuka. You have to keep Becky Lynch. She's over like Rover. We're keeping a lot of these women. Zarya, of course, I had to add her. Delta, I mean, she has completely swept me off my feet and won me over. I'm smitten by Stephanie Vacker, but Zarya's the real deal. She could be main roster right now. This girl here is part of the family, and she gets it. I'm so bad with the names. Adriana Rizzo, is that her? She just gets it. You got it. What you got is it, girl. And just her promos, way she's all talking like this, like it just pops me. So you got to keep her. B-Fab. Damn, she gets tons of love backstage. I've seen her do like double duty on a WWE before, and she wasn't the best. She wrestled Natty on like a live event or some Road to WrestleMania or something. I don't want to be a hater. Just even as a valet, you know, she's not my favorite. I'm gonna release you into the wild, you know, and maybe Hit Row can get back together in AEW and fight the Hurt Syndicate. And I'm not joking. Why the fuck not? Like, you're already gone this far down the rabbit hole on Tony Khan's end, you know, just go do it. That's your faction warfare right there, right? You're already doing it. Might as well give Swerve his guys, you know. Fallon Henley absolutely is hired. Just has it in spades. Dakota Kai, oof. Now, I'm such a fan of her. You know, she is such a cutie. She's entertaining too on her pod. I'm like not a hater on her at all. Maybe do we need a women's coach or something? And she was just on TV recently, you know. I enjoy her. I enjoy her in-ring work, everything about her, and I don't want to just be like, you're fired. And I do love her with Damage Control as like the mouthpiece for Sky and Asuka and Kyrie. But like, dude, them knees, man, or whatever, she just gets hurt a lot. And you know, she was even crying on a stream, and I'm not like shitting on her. Oh, you're crying. You know, some of the internet jumped on her, but she was just emotional and passionate about her fucking job. You marks, you know, let her be that, you know, and she's a girl, dude, you know, let her cry a little bit and talk about her shit. You know, that's what she's doing. But yeah, she was like, I just want the opportunity, and I haven't had a singles pay-per-view match, and I just want to show the world I can. But you got to understand why WWE's kind of protecting her from herself almost. Now, I'm saying this as I think in my head, do I fire her outright or do I keep her? Maybe I do creep at chat for a second. Lincoln Hawk here says, Phil, you make that right decision with Cora or else. Hey. Nope. That's great. You'll see when I get there, my guy, Lincoln. Thank you so much for the super chat. Keep Dakota. She needs to be talking. Stop simping. Dakota sucks. Yeah, and I mean, that's fair to be like, you know, she sucks. I mean, that's all subjective. I enjoy her. I enjoy her shit, you know. I agree with chat, and yeah, I'm going to keep her because they need a mouthpiece. But someone else could do that, you know. That's the thing. So I am torn. We're gonna keep Dakota Kai, and some people might be like, "Oh, come on now, Phil. That's not
You
very
what?
fair." They might be like,
You
"Phil,
fucking mark."
But it is what it is. Now you want to talk about simping? Gigi Dolan. I'd simp all day. But Mandy Rose is gone. They broke up her with JC Jane, and I love her. I love that they whipped her out for the Halloween Havoc like intro video thing. I get it. I'm a big fan. But unless Toxic Attractions altogether, and like think about it, they broke up JC Jane with Gigi. I know Gigi's been hurt, but she just puts everyone over, and then they got JC just floating around different factions. You want to talk about simping? I love Gigi, but goddamn, I'm so sorry you're gone. You got to be fired. So there you go. That's someone I couldn't put over more. Like, I love her work and everything, but I don't know, unless we put you back together with JC, but then it's just missing Mandy, you know? So unless like JC's the leader and then she's in it with Jasmine Nix or something, and it's like a new version of that, but I don't know, man. The remake ain't ever as good. This lady here, I believe, Lopez, she will be, yes, just what she's doing, managing the LWO or the Legado, you know? She's just hot girl outside of the ring. You need her to hit a move, she can do that. And we're definitely keeping her. Lash Legend and Jakar Jackson, I mean, you have to keep them for your women's tag division. They just work so well together, and yeah, they're main roster ready. Obviously, they see it. Bianca, of course. She's like the John Cena of women, or will be, or can be. Now, I'm so sorry. I'm not familiar with this lady's name here. This lady. Some of these ladies I'm not going to know right off rip. I'm going to let you go. We're just thinning the herd a bit. Okay. Same with the men. Blair Davenport, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of her work in WWE thus far. I won't lie. However, when they did stick her with Alba Fire and Isla Dawn for like a week or that one time, I did like it, and I will keep her because, again, she can do jobs. She's like a mid-upper, like a threat to the title, but doesn't really ever get the title, just gets beat, you know? KC2, as I call them, KC Squared, Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, they're both hired for sure. They're just like the white meat babyface flipperoo tag team in the women's tag division. Is this Carmen Petrovich, or am I off on that? She's being kept right here because it's just the look. Am I off? Who is that, chat? I need fucking. Is that Tiffy? It's not Tiffy time, is it? God damn it! Is that Tiffy time wearing neon green, or am I tripping out? Chat will let me know. But yeah, we'll keep her. No, Tiffy's way down there. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Is that Petrovich? Either way, we're keeping her. Chelsea Green, of course. I mean, come on now. She's the GOAT. She's not the GOAT, but she is the position player. Like, she does everything. I put her over all the time. She's in like my top 5 in the world right now, as far as like, you need a pro wrestler who knows how to do everything and doesn't fucking complain and can do a dumpster match and look stupid and sell it well and be serious when she needs to, you know. That's Chelsea Green. So we're keeping her. Brinley Reese. Okay. You're fired. Just kidding. No. Brinley Reese. What does she do? Is she the one who... No, she doesn't do the flips. Chat, I'm just not overly familiar. It's like I got to cut you. I'm so sorry. Cora Jade. Now, who told me to do the right thing? That's Izzy Dame. Go back and watch that with the way. Yeah, no, I did, bro. It's just like, we can't keep everybody just to keep everybody. And like, is she going to get that big put? Like, what does she do exceptional that no other girl does already? Yeah, that's all I'm saying. And it's not a knock on her. Cora. So someone was simping for Cora in chat. I'm going to keep her, obviously, right? I think she's a needle mover. Yeah, again, position. Her and Roxanne, I love as a pairing as well. Roxanne. Maurice, again, a valet. I mean, I would just fire her, but if we're keeping the Miz, if it means keeping the Miz, we got to keep Maurice. It's like with the AEW one. I'm like, well, if it means keeping Jeff Jarrett to bring in Karen Jarrett, okay, so we'll keep Maurice. And I do love her. I mean, damn, what a looker. Yeah. And she can step up, have that Mania match with Bella and Cena when it needs to happen. So, Indy Hartwell, sorry, didn't mean to keep you in there. My bad.
Emotional damage.
Sol Ruka, of course. Ivy Nile, yes, with the American Made thing, but walking a tight rope with me, pal. Sorry to say. This girl down here, what the fuck is her name? She goes to TNA as well. Chat's got to tell me. Tatum Paxley, or am I completely off on that? There's so many names. Lincoln Hawk for $2. Love you, Phil. Keep Cora. Yeah, dude. I just wanted to tease you. She's obviously.
It's great.
Yeah, you got to keep her. Paxley, yes. Yeah. So I like Tatum. We're gonna keep Paxley because like she's floating around. She's going to TNA. Position player. Thea Hale, we're keeping her. We're developing the shit out of her. See, they have her in the sexy leather, and it's like, no, you're like cheerleader. Oh, like crazy. I don't know. You guys know what she does, and she does it well. And I'm not saying there's no room for evolution, but the whole like, tell me about it, stud. Sandra D transformation, like we've seen that so many times. So this is the girl that does all the flips right here. I mean, every one of her matches, I'm like, bro, this is a fucking AEW tryout match. I'm not even joking. She's a tremendous athlete. She's bodied up. I'm not fucking hating. Like, get yours, but every time she wrestles, she's literally doing Young Buck shit. And it just, I fucking burst out laughing because to me, it looks like she's just doing a fucking Ring of Honor tryout match. I believe this is the girl. I'm going to let you go, hun. And again, I'm so sorry, but it's just, shit. She would do good. They would love her in AEW. This girl here, I don't even know. And Ren Sinclair better be in this motherfucker. I'm going to get mad. You know what I mean? I'm a big Ren Sinclair fan too. So if I don't see her, I'm going to be pissed. So obviously The Rock and Ren Sinclair make the list. So this girl right here, not even overly familiar off the top of my head. Also, these pictures are so small, dude. I need fucking glasses or something. I'm going to fire you. Carmella. Now it's like, do we need Carmella? You know, I'm not a hater on her. Not a hater on any of these folk, obviously. She's gorgeous. Married, doing her thing. Does she need to come back? Like, are they missing her? Again, if it means keeping Corey Graves, not that she doesn't add value or they couldn't like plug her in, a former women's champion. I'm going to keep Carmella. And I know we're getting bloated, but remember, it's the women's. We're adding a Wednesday show, women's head-to-head with Dynamite in Federation Phil, okay? Phil's Federation Entertainment Wrestling, okay? So we're going to keep Carmella. JC Jane, same as Gigi. Love you. You get it. You both got Marty Jannetty somehow, man. I don't get it. They don't get it. I don't know what Shawn Michaels, he just saw these other girls and was like, yeah, you know, you're a vet now, pal. You're like, I don't know what the fuck happened. You gone. Sonya Deville, you know, she's, yeah. Sonya's really good. You know, I think she's underrated. I do. I think she's really underrated. However, it's just she's failed to take it to that next level. and it's just like different partner, different faction. So I'm gonna fire her, and that hurts me because I am a big fan of Sonya, and I know that might piss some people off, but it's just like a floater. It's sort of the JC Jane thing. Like, you just gonna float, or yeah. But she is someone who like will go cut a great promo, and I'm not talking like 5-star classic CM Punk level promo, but like, she'll go out there and cut a good one and can get a little bit of heat and stuff. Knows what she's doing in there. Or a shooter as well. I believe she was like a Muay Thai fighter and stuff. But yeah, just failed to take it to that, especially with ladies like this next one, Stephanie Vaquer. And she's getting pushed to the fucking moon. This lady here, this fine young lady here, does someone know who this is off rip? I'm gonna have to let her go if I don't get a name. I'm gonna let chat tell me. But yeah, Vacker is like top 3 moving forward. Like in the next 5-10 years, she's like a multi-time world champion and stuff. NXT has a ton of women. Phil gonna get heat from the lesbian community? No, dude. I love see, Sonya is excellent, but I agree. Exactly. It's not and I know not JC. I know I love them. But let me know though. She's the one having the romance angle with that one with Ashanti. Yeah. Okay, so anyone, you can plug any of these beautiful fine young ladies here to be in a romance with any of these handsome young grizzled young veterans. No, handsome young gentlemen over here. So again, and that's not even a knock on her. Maybe she's the next fucking Becky Lynch for all we know. I don't know, but as of right now, no. Tamina, I am fucking doing a women's bloodline thing. I think she's retired though, but she's on the roster page. I want to do a women's bloodline thing, or no, is that too much? I don't think it's ever too much. They just announced Lance Anoa'i. People are saying Journey Fatu is like WWE's bringing him in. That's another rumor. Zilla's coming in. And you have Hikaleo. You have Ava Rain already. You got Nia, Trinity. These are all people who could be, or Naomi. These are all people who could be a part of the whole bloodline stuff. I'll just say, yeah, we'll hire Tamina, but like she's doing what she's doing now. You're at home, but like we'll call you. You can coach the girls, and we'll, even though she wasn't like the greatest worker of all time, but it's like you can fucking, you're just like when we need to call you for like a segment or something, So like you're not fully fired, You're in the black book, right? We give you a fucking ring, you come on down, and you help get someone or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? You're in someone's corner or something like that, right? So that's like a middle. If there was like a middle, we'll phone you. We'll keep you on retainer. We'll put you on a Legends deal for a minute, even though you're, and I think she did retire technically. So either way, I will keep her, but it's not like, yeah, we're going to use her in the roster, just to justify my stance, right? Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, of course. They're just tremendous. They have to stay. Wendy Chu. Now, if this was like fucking a few months ago, dude, a whole different story. I'd say she's gone. The fucking MVP of the TNA NXT crossover, bar none, the MVP of it. She's 100% staying after this last little run. Now, the spooky whatever shit, I get it. There's so much of that in wrestling. I don't see too much spooky dimension portals, dead people shit going on this roster that I've assembled so far. So she can have that little thing relegated to her, and maybe she gets involved with, Blair and Alba and Isla. There's a storyline there or something. But Wendy Chu, man, the fucking MVP, going there, having knockouts, title matches, upper mid card fucking tag matches with Rosemary, NXT. She's floating between the two. PLEs, both companies. She's the MVP without question. So I'm keeping her. And I swear to God, like 4 months ago, she'd be fucking no-brainer cut. Like, yeah, I don't know what to do, you know. But she figured it out. So won me over. Where are we with all these ladies here? Where are we at? This lady here, Jada Parker, is a must-have for the future of pro wrestling just in general. And I'm trying to see, I feel like there's maybe some no, because there's so many. We've done so many already, you know what I mean? I'm like, there's got to be some people missing here, but no, we've been doing this like an hour and a half. She is quintessential, though, for the future of pro wrestling just in general, dude. We have this Nyx girl. We're gonna keep her because she's got the look. HBK sees something in her. I'm kind of harsh on her. I'm like, okay, typical like influencer, hot girl, whatever. But again, I like valets and that sort of thing. So even if she's not the best wrestler, you can find something for her. Obviously, we're keeping Kyrie and Io and Asuka, of course. Who's this down here now with the yellow and the red? The Hulk Hogan colors, brother. I feel like I'm blind and I can't make out her face here. Chat has to let me know. While you let me know, chat, Rhea Ripley is a no-brainer. We are going to hire Rhea Ripley, obviously. Jasmine has a soccer background. Okay. Carly Bright. Okay, sorry, she's gone, bud. So who is the girl in the yellow and the red, if you guys don't mind? While I here. You guys tell me and I'll have a quick parry back. Thank you. So I confused Carbon Petrovich. Oh, all these white bitches look alike. No, I'm just kidding, but I confused her with Carly Bright there. So yes, Petrovich we're gonna keep. Oh, I just put her in fired. God, I'm fucking up. Here we go. Dummy. Yeah. Tegan Knox. Yeah, so she's in here. I must have did this like right. I must have grabbed all the pictures right before. I did it like a couple weeks ago, I believe. So they must have just not been released or they haven't been updated. We're gonna fire her because I just agree with that anyways. I don't just see her doing anything really. This girl, I have no clue. I'm so sorry. We're gonna fire this girl here. Roxanne Perez. Roxanne. We're gonna keep her. Ava Rain, we're gonna keep her. She's doing good work as GM. And again, bloodline stuff, dude. We're just thinking like, okay, we can market this bloodline thing, milk it. You know, if we asked him, and what inning are we in? He'd say like bottom of the 6th still or something, you know? He said bottom of the 3rd the first time. Io Sky's just over like Rover. She's like, as far as best wrestler in the world, she has an argument as far as just all around ability. Again, tags, singles, whatever. Now, I guess the promo work, but if we're talking about the physicality aspect of pro wrestling, Io Sky, I think you could like the athletic / physical. And like the psychology that goes along with that, everything in ring. I think you could argue she's like the best in the world. You know, one of them for sure. Maxine, I mean, come on, we get it, right? We get it. Shayna Baszler, now we're gonna keep Shayna because she is legit. Again, it's a training thing, and she can help get other girls over, but the fact she hasn't been like a real credible threat to that world title, at least not in a while, is alarming, especially the way she was used in NXT. Her just being in this random faction's dumb. She should have a manager and just not say shit and just be like the Samoa Joe of women or whatever. You know, just comes in, knocks heads, chokes you out, gets the fuck out of there. And someone could just talk for her, but I don't know. They don't see it that way. They're doing these women's factions and stuff. So I'm going to keep her, but she's not going to be in some faction. She's going to have some manager, and that's it. Jade Cargill, now, she's on thin fucking ice with your boy Phil. I love Jade. She's an attraction. This is great. She has to be on the roster. She should have went to NXT first, though. Let's be honest. I really think that. But we can't go back in time. We don't have a time machine. I'm going to hire Jade, but like thin, like you better start improving, nah. Because sometimes it looked like she got boo-boo face. And she just hasn't really improved all that much since going to WWE. Like a little bit, but not as quick as we all thought. And I think that's because she didn't go to NXT. And I love Jade. Right? But they got to figure that out. We've got Scarlett, of course. We have to keep Scarlett, just a looker character. She can work too, but you don't need her to do that. Kalani Jordan. Wait, Jada Parker. Okay, good. Okay. I was like, fuck, man. I swear we're missing people. We're just breezing through them though. Kalani Jordan. We have to keep her as well. Again, just someone who won me over. I didn't think whatever it was, I was like, she's kind of routine-y, but then she just got it, and her selling's really great. Julia, of course. Julia Gulia is amazing. We're going to keep her, right? KC2, they're a tag team. They're a white meat tag team. Candice LeRae. Bye-bye. Sorry. Hate to do it, but again, I was a big fan of her when they brought her in initially, back in like when? 2015, 2016, who knows? 2017. I was a fan of her stuff in the indies. It's funny, she would team with Joey Ryan a bunch, which is kind of funny, but she's married to Johnny Gargano, but she just doesn't click, and her and Indy weren't clicking, and then they just stuck her with Tiffy and Nia. And that's so she can lose and Tiffy and Nia don't have to lose. And I get it. And then she's the speed champ, but I don't know. I'm gonna get rid of Candice. So Zelina Vega. You gotta keep her, and I'll explain why. She was in that movie playing AJ Lee in that Rock movie about Paige's life. She's more than just like an in-ring wrestler, and she's decent. She's not like the best, like, Vacker's better, right? Delta's better. Julia's already better. There's a lot of girls better, I'd say, like at the physicality aspect, but she can cut an impassioned promo. She gets it. She doesn't come out there with boo-boo face ever, even when she's doing the job. And she can get those movie roles, man. So there's value to that, right? We're talking global. When she in Puerto Rico, that fucking reaction she got, we need that, right? We're going back to Puerto Rico in 2025. Chambea. You know what I mean? Bad Bunny's coming out. We're rocking and rolling. We're slapping motherfuckers with, what are they called? Chanclas or, the flip-flop. So yeah, we're keeping Zelina. Zoe Stark now. We're gonna keep Zoe Stark. Let me think, actually, before I make a brash decision here. Right? She's good. I get it. She gets it. She's safe. She does like some pretty innovative, I'd say, for some women's wrestlers. You watch NXT, though, it's like, all right. But she came from there. She sort of led that charge. She does have a look about her. Something's not quite clicking, but it's someone who can like lose and put on matches. I know we're getting a little bloated with the ladies here. I know we are. Look at it. It's all like we're getting bloated, but hey, women are the future, dude. That's all I'm saying, bro. Women are the now, then now forever together, bro. So we're keeping her. We're keeping her. This next one might shock some people, but Valhalla, we're keeping her as well in the Viking dudes' corner. They don't have to be like, I guess you have Zarya, so you don't need a girl who kind of looks all spooky and shit like that. But at the same time, right? The Viking dudes, I said it. They're like still wearing their Viking gear, but they like just don't paint their faces or have shields. And it's cool, but I'm kind of like, no, you guys can paint your faces. You don't need shields, but like even that, like I don't even give a fuck if you guys come out in helmets. It just was how you were like watered down, not like just be more of yourselves the way they are, like in their mannerisms coming to the ring and how they act in the ring. And I'm not saying do the whole like we're spooky Viking guys again, but Valhalla like didn't take away from the gimmick or anything. It's just they're always like stop and start. Here we are, oh, we squash a team and then we just kind of someone gets hurt or we just no one they don't have shit for us and then we kind of stop start. So and then during the pandemic, of course, I believe is the pandemic, they were doing all those showing their more like human side, normal side. And then they went like full on, no, we're spooky. Because weren't they doing vignettes where they're like bowling with motherfuckers and stuff? And then it's like, oh no, now we're like spooky witchcraft voodoo Viking guys or whatever. Like after that, again, they went like further into the where usually it's like Kane starts as like the demon Kane, demonic, burnt face, doesn't talk. And then he fucking slowly shows more character. And then eventually he's just like a guy with like split personality type shit. You know, it's like the most realistic explanation. Whereas like Viking Raiders, they sort of like were going that route where they're kind of just normal dudes. Now they're just all the way back to these, we're Vikings and we're blowing like mystic dust in the fire or whatever. I know I'm spending a lot of time on this, but I'm going to keep her. I'm going to keep her just for the aesthetic. To me, she didn't take away. I'm not putting her in the ring against Maxine, you know, but she's there. Valet's just presentation, right? Naya, of course, bloodline, but she's also just on an epic run, a monster heel. Nikita Lyons, thicker than two Snickers. I'm just letting her go. I'm sorry. I would keep her as a valet. That's what I think they should do with her in WWE. I see her marketability. I see the upside in her. I see her value and all that. But at the same time, man, them knees aren't participating the way they should be. And she's still very green. And just overdoes it a bit, and it's too much stuff. She like comes out, she like twerks, and she throws karate kicks, and she has nunchucks, and she does the splits. It's like, yo, you gotta have one thing. Like you gotta be the nunchuck guy, or you gotta be the karate kick guy. You know what I mean? You gotta be like, you gotta pick one thing, man, and you gotta like, if you're good at everything, you're not a master of any one thing, you know? And I get it, man. I get the look and everything, but it's just she's a step off. She hasn't really improved. Her knees have both got hurt. She's doing music, podcasts, dance. She's doing all this shit I'm seeing on social media. It's like maybe that's more her role. I could see her being a valet, though, who could then just like hit someone with a fucking nunchuck. And she can come out in all these, because she'd be wearing like some crazy outfits to these NXTs, right? That are way better looking than her gear. I'm not even like a big fan of her gear. I got to be honest. Like that original green gear she wore that first time she went viral. Yeah, that shit was nice, but nothing else is, I don't know. Like even this purple gold, I'm looking at it like that color scheme isn't really hitting for me. And I'm not trying to trash Nikita Lyons. I love her to death, but I just see it as she could be valeting people and then like kicking a dude in the head when the ref's not looking. Okay. if you want to do that. But for me, it's just, all right, we've seen how much you've come along, and I don't know. Unless you're going to go viral every week, I don't see fully the upside. Not hating. Naomi, we got to keep. She's a vet, and yeah, she knows what to do. Lyra Valkyria, I am going to release. It's not clicking. I don't get it. Or like I get it, but I don't get it, or like the people don't get why. I guess I don't get why is what I should say. She's a great wrestler. She's like the Kenny Omega of women is what I compare her to. She like has the wings and like her gimmick's just like, oh, I'm a wrestler, I'm just like a good wrestler, bro. I'm athletic and shit. I mean, the Irish market, sure, or whatever. I'm just not a big fan. They brought her to the main roster. Okay, they've stuck her in trios, random tags. She hasn't had the single run. I just feel like the fans don't care. I don't really care. Her promos to me are always just like, I am here because I love this. I love this. My dream, my dream. You guys know I don't like that shit when it's overdone. And yeah, some people might be like, you what? But to me, you got to go. You got to go. Dan's G, here's the thing, my guy, right? Lyra is like, I don't care if she wins. I don't care if she loses. Zoe, when she goes out there, I like want to see her get her ass beat. Do you know what I mean? It's just something about her, the way she carries herself. It's like, yeah, I want to see her lose. So, moving along. Raquel, back like Raquel. Yeah. Now, again, this is another name I would have fired before her return easily. And I'm not saying they're booking her the best right now. It's kind of like a Camille thing. Raquel's kind of just this heater with not a lot of heat. I think Ava Rain's on here twice. Yeah, she is. So she's hired again. Hire you again. But Raquel, her being with Judgment Day and like with Liv and this Dom thing, and I don't know. I like it. I like it all. And then like Carlito and just the whole dynamic. I like everything about it. And I'm going to keep Raquel, although she would have got canned. If this was like, again, a month ago, would have been toasty. Michin's gone. No, I'm kidding. She is so fucking good. And a girl who took some time to win me over. I wasn't even convinced in TNA fully, until late into her time there. And then in WWE, I was still kind of like, and then now should be the US champ for sure. Social media game's on point. Look is on point. I mean, she's fucking down with the OGBC. You know what I mean? She's Bullet Club for life, I guess. And even Jay White acknowledged as much before he went to AEW. And yeah, she's just had tremendous matches. You can put her in there in a hardcore match on NXT. You can put her in there in a hardcore match on SmackDown. She knows what to do, how to do it, and fucking awesome. Niven. I'm iffy on Niven. Now, if they break up, if Niven and Green break up, I'm pretty much firing Niven. And I hate to be harsh. It's not even that she's not a good worker or anything like that. But if you look at the roster, we already got Naya, we got Zarya, we got Rhea, we got Jade, even Ivy Nile to a degree, like a little powerhouse. But we got these big girls, like we got our monster women. And even honestly, Lash Legend, who was she on here? Did I cut her by accident? I may have fucking cut. That's the problem with me, dude. I've been botching this one. No, I don't think I did. Maybe we're not too. Oh, no, I see her down there. Yeah, sorry. I'm just dummy. Yeah. But yeah, we already Lash Legend to a degree. She's like a bigger girl too, who can, like, we saw her throw Niven around. Now I love Niven with green. I wasn't liking her before. She just sort of lacked that personality. And then if they are to break up, what does Niven do? Be a heel Becky Lynch's heater? Okay, that could work, but then she's always just a heater. That could work, but right now I'm going to keep Niven. But damn, man, if she's breaking up from Chelsea, I don't know, man. Liv, you got to keep just ratings. Is in Chuck can be in Chucky show getting murdered. You know, thirst trap galore, the shit with Dom, Rhea, all of that. Who's this, chat? Who's this? I know it. On the tip of my tongue, the tip of my tongue, the tip of my tongue. Someone tell me. Speaking of Lash Legend and Jakar Jackson, yeah, we have to throw them both up there. In the purple top, why can't I think of the name? Chat lets me know. Save space for Jordan Grace. Yeah, she's not on here. She's not officially WWE, so I guess that's a botch. Kiana James, thank you very much. Kiana James definitely gets hired. We're developing her. You know what I mean? Shotzi, you gone. Shotzi is not like Darby. These fucking sickos and these marks online like to try and tell us that Shotzi's like Darby, man. She's not. Okay? She's not recklessly throwing herself like in sort of a controlled way. She's hurling herself at people and is like actually gonna hurt motherfuckers, dude. Like, it makes me nervous every time she goes to the top rope, every time someone's on the outside of the ring and she hits the ropes for a dive. I literally cringe up, sometimes look away. She makes me so nervous. No real improvement in all this time, and I get it. Charisma, a look, can host Halloween Havoc, whatever. Unique. They let her come out in a tank. How the fuck does she get that? You know, she has a big entrance. The commentary put her over huge. I understand it, but to me, dude, it's like a liability, man. I'm not kidding. Right? When Darby's like hurling himself at people, it's like controlled demolition, right? A controlled demolition. The black helicopters. Thermite paint. With her, I truly feel like it's not that she's reckless. She's just so fucking green still. You know? So she's a psycho. I'm a psycho. Like her song goes. Yeah, it's true, dude. And I fear she's going to like hurt somebody. And like, we don't need her. She's not here now. No one's like, oh, where's Shotzi? We really need her in the fucking mix. So not even a hater. Mako Satomura, she's retiring. Yeah, I'm just going to put her in hired because she'll be on a Legends deal. And, you know, she wrestled in WCW and I think old WWF. I'm not sure. Maybe not WWF, but all over the world. She's gonna have a retirement match, and sure, she can coach. Like, she can just do what she's doing now. She has one match when they go to Japan, but really she's just a coach and a scout and scouting Joshis and you know, just exactly what her job is. We put her on a Legends deal, put her in the video game. I'm surprised they haven't done that. And yeah, we'll just keep her hired for that. Lola Vice, I mean, of course. What the fuck are we talking about? No explanation needed. Natty Neidhart, same thing. Now, I know you're like, oh, release her, but no, I would just like have her fucking job and just pop up like she's doing, I guess. And also, she just revealed that she had some problem, like her eye was going blind or whatever. And then she told everyone after she just came back and had a match. It's like, Natty, take it easy. Like, she could just be training girls. That's what she does do. And again, NXT, all that shit. You keep Natty employed. You don't let her go somewhere where she can be effective elsewhere. But I'm not saying like, yeah, we're using her in the main, but shit, dude, throw her down in NXT, let Julia, Delta, and fucking Becker all go over on her. Just do it. We'll just put them all over on Natty. She'd do it, and you just compensate her well, and she deserves it, Tiffy, of course. I mean, come on. Of course. Charlotte Flair, like Tiffy, what can I say, right? I mean, of course. The future, Charlotte Flair, dude, are we missing her really? I'm not going to fire her by any means, but like, are we missing her right now in WWE? When she comes back, it's just going to get muddied, I fear, a little bit, but hopefully they pull something off with it. And I love Charlotte Flair. I'm not hating at all. I would never even question firing her, but yeah, I'm looking at the landscape. It's like, damn, where does she fit into all this right now? And Becky too for Raw. Becky's coming. Netflix wants her for Raw, so she's coming back. It's like, damn, dude, talk about bloated roster here. So they better do a hard brand split and stick to it. So now we're into management and referees. So we'll just breeze through this. Obviously, Matt Bloom, we're gonna keep him, right? Everyone, Shawn Michaels. Who's this? Michael Cole. You gotta keep. You gotta keep McAfee. This girl here, is this the girl from the bump? Megan Morant? Is that her name? She's actually going to get fired. Because I know that that one dude who got fired from the bump was like hating on her. And I kind of gave him shit. I'm like, bro, you just sound like you're crying about WWE. But at the same time, like, she is not good. Just objectively. I'm so sorry. You watch the bump, terrible. So she's gone. Stephanie McMahon, I mean, I guess, yeah, we'll just put her in hired because she's there. Sure. I'm not even sure who this is, chat. I'm not going to fire him because he probably does some important shit. We're just going to put him up there. This is the ring announcer for basically Samantha Irvin was on Raw. Alicia Taylor went up to SmackDown. And then this dude, and I forget his goddamn name until someone tells me, he got put back down to NXT. Now, Samantha Irvin left. I think Lillian Garcia's back, and that's chill. But this motherfucker should go to, like, this guy's really good. He fits NXT well, though. So we're going to keep him 100%. Nick Aldis, of course. I mean, come on. Wrestler, GM, just whatever you need him to do. Ellering is just gone. He's really old, and like they just wrote him off, I believe. And I wouldn't have had him with Cross. I would have just had Cross and Scarlett with AOP. Just got muddied up with, Ellering in his one glove. Irvin, I mean, she didn't want to be there, I guess, anyway, so she's gone. I don't even know why she's on there. This must not have been updated. Paul Heyman, of course. You can't have a Fed without him. Jackie Redmond. Come on, Jackie. Who are we getting into here? Some of these personnel. We're going to keep this guy here. We're going to keep Graves. Tessitore, we're watching him closely. He's been decent on Raw, but we're watching him closely. I don't know. We're keeping him, though, obviously. This girl here, who is this? She looks muscly, and she's wearing red. And why do I not know? Why is the name not coming to me, chat? Who is that? Adam Pearce, we're keeping. Chat, let me know who the lady in the red is. Alicia Taylor, we're, of course, keeping. Triple H is fired. No. Got to keep Papa H. Is this Vic Joseph right here? Because if so, this is such a weird picture of him. If this is him, it doesn't. Oh, no. Vic is over here. Yeah. I believe. I don't even know who this is. Someone can tell me who that is too. Keep. Joe has grown on me. Mike Rome, yeah, is his name. No, this isn't Vic, dude. I think Vic Joseph is over here. No, or am I just wrong on that? Which one's Vic? Is this not Vic? These are both bad pictures of Vic. If either of them are Vic, chat will let me know. Kelly Kincaid, thank you. We are going to keep Kelly Kincaid because you need her backstage at NXT rather. Who's this gentleman here? This is not Joseph, is it? Oh, that's Mike Rome. Okay, my bad. We're gonna keep Mike Rome. We're gonna keep Vic too, since we're talking about him. If that's him, we're gonna keep Booker, of course. Kathy Kelly, of course. Now, you guys might be like, fire Saxton, but no, dude. He is the guy who you could throw a pie in his face. You could piss in his mouth on TV, and he'll just do what he's got to do for business. He'll do the Saudi show, like announcing people to the ring before they allowed women to go over there. He'll do commentary when fucking people don't want to go to Saudi. Like, he'll do what you need him to do. He'll host the post show, whatever. He's like moral support. You know what I mean? So you gotta fucking keep Saxton. Okay, so I'm keeping Saxton. Now, I botched earlier. This blonde lady wasn't Megan Morant that I fired, but I don't know who she is, so she's gonna stay fired. Isn't this the Megan Morant girl? I think. So they're both fired in my book, unless that's just her with a haircut. But this is the girl from the bump, I think, here. She's fired. They're both fired. Wade Barrett is hired. Sir William Regal, of course. This guy here, who the fuck is this guy? He does like social media shit for them, right? Like, he's on the bump too, I think. I believe. I don't know. You're gone. Sorry, bud. We'd have fucking. There's other people who could do that shit. Vic, you're on double duty now, pal. Okay, as far as the referees, I mean, come on. I don't even know them all by name. We're just going to go by the ones we know. Like, we're obviously going to keep her. This dude can go. Nate can stay. This dude can stay. This dude can stay. This dude can stay. This guy can go because he has no shirt. This guy can stay. I don't know all their names. This guy can stay. This guy can go. This guy can go. This guy can go. He can stay. I don't even know who this is, so she can stay, I guess, because we can't judge her yet. You know what I mean? Or I guess she'll go, because I judge the wrestlers that way, but refs are like, ugh. But we got a bunch here, so she can go. He can stay. Damn, they do got a lot of refs. And that dime ref that we saw on the last live show on Saturday, that fucking HBK was scouting with the blonde hair, right? She can stay for sure. He can stay. He can stay. He can stay, and he can go. Okay, so there you have it. We kept mostly all of WWE. I mean, these are honed in athletes. Look how many women are there, probably as much as the men almost. And yeah, we have our officials. Of course, we're a global enterprise, right? We're a conglomeration here, the Federation. So we're not going to like shortchange on refs, and we need people who will agree to go to Saudi, and some people who, aren't going to agree to go to Saudi and these sorts of things. So we need to account for all of that as well. That's why the roster's a little bloated, maybe even a little more bloated than AEW's to some degree, but I don't think so. I think this is pretty fair if you factor in like Raw and SmackDown, not even in NXT. Raw and SmackDown, hard brand split, and we're bringing back Heat as Raw's B show and Velocity as SmackDown's B show. We're getting rid of main event because we have Saturday night main event once a month or once every couple months. And I think once a month is the way to do Saturday night main event. And then you can cut back on the PLEs or just make, not that they do too many, but I think this is fair. I hope you guys like my hired or fired. You guys can let me know, chat, who you would hire, who you would fire. Plenty in Pixel Art for $5 says, any idea where Charles Robinson got the Little Nate nickname? well, yeah, in WCW, he just was compared to Ric Flair. Woo! Wooings before wooings. He was Little Nate. He dressed up like Flair, wore the robe, all that stuff, had the same blonde hair. And it's crazy how that guy's been reffing forever and seemingly hasn't aged. You know, we need black helicopters on that. But yeah, to the people who got hired, thank you so much, Plinian, by the way. To the people who got hired, I mean, good on you. And to the people who got fired, I mean,
thank you, fuck you, bye, boom.
But we love you. And thanks, guys, for tuning in to my WWE Hired or Fired. I will be back with a follow-up video to this one where we'll do a brand split or something like that. Maybe we'll do that with the AEW one as well instead of tier list. You know, I like to do things a little different. And tier listing wrestlers is like, I mean, it's been done to death. But thanks for tuning in. Let me know in the comments like who you'd hire, who you'd fire if I fucked it up, who you think I could cut, who you think I should reconsider. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. And yeah, we will see you on the next live stream Wednesday night. PWT live show is a dynamite watch along / so much to get into, man. Elbu went off on Meltzer Said What. So, you know, Meltzer Said What, friend of the show. Elbu, of course, one of our many fools. And yeah, it's just going to be a whole lot of fun. I appreciate you all for being here. Until next time, we'll see you in the Upside Down. Peace. So, hairline. I have Paul London imitating Aubrey.
Ladies and gentlemen, shit's about to hit the fan.
The system is broken. It was time for a revolution. We could be the wrestlers that we want to be.
We have our own stories. We make our own characters.
Different. That's what makes us elite.
I've been forced to vacate the AEW World Trios Championship.
Fun created a revolution.
Show days, super chaotic. A lot of times we get here and we don't know what we're doing till hours, minutes before we go out